Let's kick this things off. Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of the Full Spectrum Podcast. My name is Trey.
I am Rungren.
Yeah, it's been a look.
Oh, yes.
I saw a thing the other day that said that technical difficulties are the slow and insidious killer that destroys every streamer, and yes, especially on a bad day. Ugh.
Yeah.
That's okay. Things are gonna get better. I
Yeah.
mean, my cat
They
peed in my
are-
lap today on me. So that was just the start of what would be a terrible day. But things are gonna get better now.
Oh, hold on. I'm going to switch this up a little bit. Why don't we start with your week then, if that's the way your week has ended up to this point
Yeah.
today?
So it's been up and down, right? Like there's been some really good moments. I played a little bit of It Takes Two
Okay.
with my girlfriend, and we had a great time there. That game's
That's a
really
pretty good
fun.
game. Yeah.
I got to throw nails at her, and that's she got me back. Apparently,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, throwing the nail, that seems like a minor inconvenience to undo.
Yeah. Oh, gotcha.
Getting smacked with a hammer, that takes a lot of tapping to get over. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
You may have learned that the
Yeah.
hard way.
Yeah. It is a good game, though. I find it funny that all the mini games are against each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so much for working together. Well,
Look,
you
we
need to
may
work out some aggression.
we may have had to play that whack-a-mole game a couple times because I kept winning, and that was unsatisfactory. That's all I'm saying. But no, we played some of that, and then I got to play some. And I know this one might excite you. I got to play some Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origin,
Yes.
and that game is very fun.
Well, you just put up the was it the first impressions?
Yeah, first impressions
Went up today or yesterday?
today. No,
Today. Excellent.
yeah, today.
Okay.
So, yeah, that game is very good. It's also very hard
Really?
in a way I didn't expect. I mean, I guess, but FF1 was always hard, right?
Well,
But,
yeah. Well, no, it was,
right,
and you cannot play that edition anymore.
right. But it kind of surprised me because the first real boss fight took me like 15 tries before I got it. Which, like, there are Elden Ring bosses that I'm acing in less times than that,
Yeah.
But I was
Yeah.
surprised. It's a good challenge, but it also has a bunch of accessibility options where you can bring the challenge down and you can walk it back, and it's pretty cool in that way. I haven't done it yet because I'm hardcore, sweating over here trying to make sure I do it right. But
Yeah.
at some point it will definitely get bumped down for the sake of finishing it for review. But I love the way the job system works. I got like the more you
better
play,
than the second one, you're telling me.
yes, yes. The more you use a job, the better you get with it, obviously. But also the more points you get in it, the more you can unlock other jobs. And so like each job has at least one, but normally multiple different unlock conditions to be able to get different jobs. And those jobs have more jobs they can unlock. And some of the jobs have 3 different jobs they can unlock. And so you're constantly switching up jobs to try and unlock the ones you want. Like I'm trying to get Dragoon right now. I have Lancer pretty well maxed out.
Mm.
It also, and this is where I think you'll be really excited, for someone who's a fan of Final Fantasy 1, it does like a really cool, weird twist on FF1.
Yeah.
Where your main characters, I guess this is slightly spoilers, but it's not really, because so far it doesn't mean anything yet. It's just the way it is. Your main characters have dark crystals
Okay.
and are trying to find the light crystals.
Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah.
There's it's
I'm
really
just wondering what
interesting.
the final tie-in is.
I am too.
That is my big thing with this game. How are you tying this all the way back after all this time?
Yep.
Back to a series of events that never happened. Spoilers for Final Fantasy 1. I'm sorry.
Right. And there are moments where people go, "Huh, what was that thing again?" And well, I don't know. I don't remember what it was called. And it's like, yeah, they're definitely, they know, right? They know.
Yeah.
And they're tying it in somehow. I just don't know how yet. There's also like the first, like, I guess spoilers for the second area, the second mission, but the second mission takes you to the Pirate Cove of Provoca to fight Captain BK, of course, because that's progression, right? And it's really cool to get to see, like, hey, yeah, these are the tunnels, these are the caves. There's even the section where you go up the ropes. And it's like, they didn't have to do that. That's in this game, that's kind of a pain. But they did it because that's what's supposed to be there.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah.
Cool. Well, they have one of the things about Final Fantasy 1 is the maps like almost done perfectly for the amount of space they had.
Yeah.
The map, honestly, compared to getting any game 10 years later, the map's tiny compared, a few of them. But just the way it was laid out and these different, you felt like you're going into different areas.
Absolutely.
There was that in the original Zelda. There just, there was really nothing that came like before either one of those.
Absolutely.
And there's so much stuff today. Obviously, you'll see in RPG games that link back to one of those too. And I guess I should throw Dragon Warrior in there, the original Dragon Warrior as well.
For sure.
As far as for console RPGs, I think those three are definitely the granddaddies. But I'm glad you liked it, man. I'm glad. I want to see. Like I said, my big thing is how it ties back up.
Yeah, I agree. I will say I love the story.
Yeah.
But after the first, like, when they take you to the tutorial, right? Because it starts in media res, and then you go to the tutorial. You're in this field, and your main character is listening to "My Way" by Frank Sinatra on his phone.
Okay.
And he physically, like, picks it up and turns the song off when it's time for the tutorial.
Okay. Can you do it my way?
There's another moment
where... Sorry.
No, you're good. It's very... I did the same thing. There's another moment where a character is, like, explaining to him all this stuff, and he just looks at her and, like, cold face looks at her and goes, "That's BS." And just, like, puts in earbuds, pulls out his phone, and plays, like, heavy rock and walks away. And I was like, all right, I love this guy. They know what they're doing here. Yeah. They're making an edgelord, and they know it. He's really fun. But I have one last thing for my week. I know we were going to do the Elden Ring spoiler cast this week, but I was not able to beat it because of everything going on. But I'm close. So close. I know I'm so close. I can feel it. So hopefully get to do that next week.
Whoa.
Yeah. I felt like I was so close like 3 times and the map has expanded. So, But I did a little bit of painting.
Oh. Did you now?
Yes. And I think that... So... My girlfriend was curious about painting as well, so we both painted side by side, and hers turned out a lot better than mine, so I'm going to show you mine first. But mine turned out...
Hide your face.
Come on, buddy.
Hide your face so we can see. Is that like a maroon? It's still kind of fuzzy.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a bright red, but I made some mistakes. Come on. Focus in for me. Not gonna do it, is it?
Likes your hand.
It does. There we go.
There you go. Now it's confused. Now that looks good, man. That looks good.
Yeah, I definitely learned a lot painting him.
I'm sure.
I think the next one will be a lot better. This one is my girlfriend's, which turned out a whole lot better.
All right, let's see. There we go. That one focused in quick. Oh yeah. I like the weapon.
And then I could already tell an improvement on the second thing I painted, which was I had been given a Stormcast Eternal from a whole different game to paint. And so I painted him.
Oh, wow.
And I think he turned out really good. I have no idea what his original paint scheme was supposed to be, but...
Yeah, but that'd be a really cool mini.
Yeah. So I'm excited to get into the rest. I think originally I wanted to do the bright red of the Blood Angels, but I think I'm going to wind up, after seeing how good this maroon looks, I think I want to do a successor chapter, which aren't as good on the table, right? But it
Okay.
means I get to make up my own backstory for the chapter and name all the characters. And I'm a sucker for that, so
Huh.
you know.
Well, I'm not surprised.
At some point, there'll be a full video, I'm sure, dedicated to showing off, like a showcase of the army with all their names and the backstory and everything.
Heck yeah.
Because I
As long
really
as you
like
get
that
a
color.
picture of it here first.
Right?
As long as you do it here first.
Oh, yeah.
If you,
I didn't paint this yet, but I also built.
oh, that looks cool.
Yeah. My
Very nice.
repulsor? Impulsor, I think is what it's called. And I put it
Okay.
on a slant on the base to make it look like it was doing a turn.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm very happy with how it turned out. The guns on the side actually, like, sort of move.
Yeah. I like it.
They get a little stiff, but I like them.
That's what I want to like haul butt around Arrakis.
Oh, I resent the tweet. That's all
I
I'm
am so
saying.
sorry, Dark.
That's all
I am
I'm saying.
so
I
sorry,
resent
Dark.
the tweet.
I should let you know.
Yeah, we should have sent you a message. I'm sorry. I was just excited everything was working. So yeah, I'll get this thing painted at some point too, and get the rest painted, and I'll have more thoughts on Strangers of Paradise next week, I'm sure, and then hopefully finish Elden Ring and be able to talk more about it. But I've kind of been dominating weeks. How's your week been?
Man, it's been pretty good. Not much has been going on, which is nice every once in a while.
Yeah.
Did get to watch. I watched Ariadne's Secret World.
Okay.
Yeah, the Studio Ghibli Thumbelina Borrowers, and it makes me think that okay, I remember the Borrowers book. I know that's what he went off of. I mean, obviously, I think he's got some Thumbelina in there as well. And then I remember a cartoon called The Littles,
Yeah,
but
for sure.
they had tails, I think.
Yes, they did.
And the one I remember the most was the crazy one that flew the plane.
Yeah.
Was that?
My favorite thing about this movie is a song that's in it that, for whatever reason, is like nuked from orbit anytime anybody tries to upload it to any platform.
Yeah.
Which is that so many years have passed, but I can still smell the roses. That song's real pretty, and you just can't listen to it anywhere.
Yeah. I should watch the movie.
Yeah.
I don't know. I will say this at the end of the movie, because it's a little bit strange, but at the end of the movie, it's pretty. It's a good story. Like let's see, I played Young Souls. Oh, okay. The good movie is not one of their best. It's really good. Yeah.
Right.
And I like the story and everything. And it was kind of an interesting wrap up.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a couple. I guess there's a couple plot holes in it, but it's this. I don't think this was meant to be thought about that deeply.
Right. I think so too.
It's meant to just be a simple story.
Just real quick, I don't mean to interject too much.
No,
I just want to say I just got word, and my grandpa is okay.
I knew it. Good deal, man. I'm glad you know it now too.
Yeah.
I won't do that.
None of them are going to be better than Mononoke. Mononoke is very, very good.
Yeah, it's my favorite.
Yeah.
And then I know Waverly's is Howls.
Mine is Whisper of the Heart.
Yeah, it's so. This made me wonder though, how many he seems to love drawing, like riding in cars.
Yes.
They like how many start off as people in the car.
Yeah.
I guess
All
I'll
I'm
find
saying
out.
is, to chat to Dark's comment on Mononoke. Mononoke has a moment where Ashitaka pulls back the bow and shoots through a guy's arms. It's one of the best moments in cinema. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Shock on that guy's face.
Like all I gotta say is I have Princess Mononoke tattooed on my left, right over my left knee.
Right.
I like that movie.
Yeah. No,
I think it's good.
I always say Whisper of the Heart's my favorite, but I also think Porco Rosso is very, very good.
That's a strange one. I'm looking forward to getting around that one again. I haven't seen that in a long time.
So good. It's very weird, but it's so good. It also has some of the best music.
Waverly did tattoo, by the way,
Nice.
onto that. So yeah, and it looks damn good.
Just a quick call out too for anybody that's coming in now. If I suddenly look to the left or seem distracted, it's because I also am listening through the vents on this to 5 children in the other room to make sure they're not murdering each other. And as long as they're not, I have no reason to intervene. Life will be what it will be, depending on who wins and who loses. That's all I'm saying.
True.
But as long as they don't kill each other, because then I have to answer for it.
And I did get to play a game a little bit. I'm not going to go into it much because we're going to talk about it later in news. You know,
Yeah.
I did put in a few hours on LOTRO this week.
Yeah.
Had time to do that. Got the green screen up. Yeah.
Yes.
I got it. Yeah, this whole wall, but there's about 10 foot long. This, once again, I always update and try to make the studio better.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get that up, keep that going, and see what happens there. That can be only one. Highlander, by the way, that is one of my favorite movies of all time.
It's a great movie. We should really do like a special, maybe a week when we don't have any. Should probably not ask you about this live, but like a week where we don't have much going on news wise, we should just do like a ranking, like a tier list of the best movies ever, like our top 10 or something.
Well, yeah, we're gonna try. I'll
Take
say
a
now,
while.
I'm not gonna be in any particular order,
Right.
you know, because it could be. It could be. I don't know.
How do you compare Taxi Driver to Princess Mononoke? You know, they're two very different movies.
Yeah.
Mononoke is still a better movie.
Like when people ask me, you know, what's my favorite band? I was like, I don't know. What day is it?
Right.
You know.
Did you say that? Spoilers, I guess, for a video that's going to go up Thursday.
Oh.
I recorded this morning. I recorded a video ranking my favorite like tier list of the Trail soundtracks. And that was like ripping apart my own soul trying to rank those.
Nice.
But I did it. I did it.
It hurts, but I have to put it here.
Yep. I look forward to the pain in that one.
Oh,
Yeah.
goodness.
Okay, well, I know that we're a little behind on stuff, but I also should tell you now, I left the axe at the other house, at my parents' house, because I thought I was going to be able to do it from that laptop. So we don't have the axe tonight. So instead, I thought either we'll just act like we have it and just move on, or I'll do the noises.
You
and
should
we'll
do the
see.
noises.
But, oh no, now my internet's starting to act up. No. No. Okay.
Be good. All right.
Starting off with Rune Factory 5.
Okay. Rune Factory 5. Onto this. I'm going on this one. I'm going with a 73.
Okay. For anybody who doesn't know, Rune Factory is like a long-standing RPG series made by Xseed. You can plant and grow and fish and marry and all kinds of fun stuff. And now my camera's decided to freeze.
That's all right. Fight through it. Keep going.
All right. So yeah, we're gonna keep going.
I know you have 2 cat pictures handy.
Yep, I'm gonna put them back up for now until it decides to stop. One of those cats peed on me today. Rune Factory 5. Let's see here. You said what was the score you said?
I said 73. I've got a 76 and an 80 over on the chat. I'm gonna give them a second to get a couple more scores in, maybe.
I'm pressing the button on the axe. Mataroyo! do, 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 do. Said we could go. Itaio! That's when it says you can go.
Okay.
The score is 70.
Okay, we didn't do too bad. We're giving it a few more points there. Going through this.
I just want to point out, I'm refusing to let the fact that my camera stopped working bother me because its technical difficulties are just going to keep being a fun thing. There's the ice cream. Thanks for the reminder. RPG Fan says Rune Factory 5 is loaded with fun, long-lasting content, and is difficult to put down even after the credits have rolled.
All right.
It is Cat Cam tonight. Then we have Hardcore Gamer says Rune Factory 5 feels exactly like what it set out to be. More Rune Factory for fans to enjoy.
Okay.
I'd like to know things about the game, though, if at all possible.
No, you don't get to do that.
IGN Italy says, lacking in innovation and technical prowess, Rune Factory 5 compensates with a solid and faceted experience that can eat a good chunk of your spare time if you get entangled in its intricate web of different mechanics.
Okay.
RuneScape over Rune Factory? I mean, maybe. RPG site says Rune Factory 5 is an endlessly charming, technically messy farm life RPG that will delight series fans for a while. Finally, I want to read this one to you because it's something special. Silicon Era
in depth so far.
Yeah. Silicon Era says you need a farming and fighting fix. Rune Factory 5 is an option. It just isn't the best one out there. It's living in the shadow of its far superior siblings. Even if patches fixed all the technical issues, it would still feel uneven.
Golly, somebody's check didn't clear.
Yeah. Based off those reviews, what do you think the critic score is?
I'm stealing somebody's score from earlier. I'm going to give 3 points. I'm going up to 76.
Okay.
76.
You too, Matt? 76.
Cool.
All right. Materoyo. do Iteo. It said we could go. The score is 44%.
That is not what they said in the reviews. I realized the last one was a little bit down, but gosh, the other ones were so in depth in their discussion.
That's right. So like we got the early scores for the reviews are like 9 out of 10, 7 out of 10s, and then like it just drops. 5 out of 10s, 4 out of 10s. So, somebody who's never seen Kamen Rider Guy, soda moment. So yeah, it's not reviewing well, but I've heard that if you don't have technical problems, it's really fun.
Okay.
So, hopefully.
Kind of a bummer getting ruined by glitches. You know, tech stuff.
It is.
And if the game's no good, you know, the vision wasn't received, that's one thing. But just, hey, you've got a great game, but nobody can freaking play it.
Right.
That's a bit aggravating.
We were supposed to be covering reviews for Tiny Tina's Wonderland and Kirby and the Forgotten Land next. But those still haven't posted, even though review embargo's up for Tiny Tina's Wonderland. So...
Well, Tiny Tina's Wonderland, I think, is going to do good. A lot of people have been enjoying that scene, and Kirby and the Forgotten Land just scares me.
Yeah, me too. Me too. So we'll cover those next week.
All right.
I'm gonna do this one time and one time only, and see if it fixes my camera.
Oh,
it's the only time I'm gonna do it. We'll see if it fixed it. Nope. Well, that was it. That was the one shot it had.
You had a chance.
But we do still have one more game to cover on here.
All right.
Which is Ghostwire Tokyo.
Let me see. I'm going to get 82. I don't think it's going to go that well.
Yeah.
But I want it to. I'm going to give it 82. What we
For
got?
anybody who doesn't know,
80?
Ghostwire Tokyo is the game about fighting off apparently yokai in a first-person view. It was originally like Ikumi Nakamura. My brain just died. Let me double-check that name before I say it again. It's Ikumi Nakamura. It's Ikumi Nakamura. Originally was on the team and was like a big voice for this game, and then left the team and never said why. And so people are a little concerned about what went on with the development of this game. It seems like it probably was like completely remade from the ground up because it was originally announced like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
But I see some guesses. Do we even need to hit the button? Let's hit it anyway.
Hit it.
Materoyo. do Iteo. The score is 77.
Oh man.
In a way, it makes me glad I'm lagged because nobody can see me doing the dumb face to do the sounds. ACG says, wait for sale.
Okay.
Then we have Silicon says, after watching the credits roll on Akito and KK's journey, I still find myself itching to finish up every single thing in Ghostwire Tokyo. Pray at those last few Jizo statues. Find the remaining Tanuki. Figure out how to get inside of the 24th floor of the shopping complex so I can take out its pesky corruption spot. I'm 40 hours in and counting and 100% willing to do it all over again.
Okay.
Pretty glowing
That's
review.
That is. That's actually a good review. And drop some names in there of stuff around the game.
Give you an idea what you'll be doing.
Yeah. Oh, that actually was a pretty good review.
Game Informer says, the things I like about Ghostwire, I really like. I'd go so far as to say that some elements, its world, enemy design, etc., are among my favorite in a game in years. That said, there are plenty of elements, story and gameplay, where Ghostwire is hardly up to snuff.
I don't know. I see that you read that first review. I'm like, okay, this person's played it. They're putting in time. They're enjoying it.
Yeah.
That review is like, okay, did you put it in and try out the first level, or something?
Hardcore Gamer has a really interesting one too, which is a common criticism you've no doubt identified throughout this assessment is that certain aspects don't offer enough, not least when the foundation is clearly there to give Tango's latest that critical edge over its peers, which is saying a lot of things to not really say anything.
Yeah, it's pretty mediocre. I can't really take much from that.
And then finally, we got this covered, says, Ghostwire Tokyo is heartbreakingly not spooky. It's also not particularly interesting, and I certainly didn't find it very fun to play. I'm sure genre fanatics will find something to latch onto, but nothing ever quite hooked me enough to make the journey feel compelling. A shame.
Yeah. All right. I'm going with a 68.
All right.
On the back side of this review score, sir.
I'm pushing the button. Materoyo. Do, Iteio. Said we could go. And the score is 65%.
Dang. None of us are getting ice cream tonight.
Silicon Era gave it a straight 10 out of 10, but after that, it drops pretty hard.
Yeah, it must.
It gets all the way down to a 4 out of 10. So, seems to be one that could be fun to play in time, but maybe not one you need to pick on day one unless you're really interested in the premise.
Yeah. Well, it's like the I know it's just a short review, but when the, he says wait for sale.
Yeah, ACG.
Yeah, thank you. That at least that gives me some concept. I don't know, if you're not going to really write a review, at least say something like that.
Right, I agree.
Hold
off on this one for a bit.
Yeah.
Next up, we have announcements, and we have some cool stuff that got announced. There is a new Gundam 00. Can never decide if I want to do 2 zeros or 2 circles. I'm gonna do zeros because that's correct, but 00 always makes me think. New Gundam 00 CG anime.
Yeah.
And
double lot,
right? We don't know a lot about it yet. We just know Revealed Chronicle is the name.
All right.
And it'll feature previously unrevealed anecdotes about how design data from the product development phase was used in the animated series. It's not a full anime, but it'll feature stories that fill in gaps between the anime's first and second season.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
I like that. That's cool.
And of course, it'll have new mobile suits, so that'll be more model kits to buy.
Oh, yeah.
Always more.
Talking to somebody out there. No, that's cool. The Matrix movies kind of did that. They had a what was it? What was the Matrix animated? The Animatrix. That's what they called it, with different stories that kind of set up different characters through it. It was really good. So that's a cool approach.
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
Good deal.
I also just really love Double O. I'll be one of the first ones to say it. I think Double O is just really cool. So I'm excited for more Double O, especially because like season 1 of Double O is like top tier. Season 2 of Double O, it's good. It's definitely better than a lot of other shows. It's just not season 1 of Double O. So if we can get some stitching in between where it's still like at that great period, I'm there. Let's go.
Gotcha.
Look, all I'm saying is, without spoiling anything for you, when we eventually get there, there's a character in season 1 of Double O that is like, oh, such a great character. And in season 2 of Double O, they decide to turn him into a Char, and I don't know why. And he calls himself Mr. Bushido. And
Bushido, huh?
yeah, I have seen Iron Blood Orphans. It has the same problem. Season 1 is so good. Season 2, it starts off really rough and then picks up right at the end and becomes really good again. In fact, a lot of Gundam has that problem. Like, it feels like as the show drags on, they like lose track of where they're going midway through, and then they pick it right back up again at the end. That's okay though. We love it in. So next up is one that, for whatever reason, has caused a lot of controversy. Yeah, 0079 is the only one that doesn't have that problem for sure. Testament is coming to Guilty Gear, or coming back to Guilty Gear, I should say. And Testament was always a very interesting character. Didn't die, but was assumed dead, and is now coming back in like a new form. And people are kind of upset. I guess some people are kind of upset because Testament is now non-binary, but Testament was always like that. Testament was always written to be like androgynous and like fluid, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And so people were like, well, this is just more of, I guess I should pull up a picture for people. The New Testament design is great, by the way. But people just need to calm down.
Yeah.
I feel like the people that are mad about this don't actually know who Testament is to understand this is how Testament has always been.
They don't. This would be the same as somebody is griping about this about Desire in Neil Gaiman's Sandman.
Yeah.
It's like, no. To women, he's hot. To
Right.
men, she's hot.
Right.
And it's just, that's the way they're built.
So this is Old Testament. Let me see if it actually pulls up. Might not.
Yeah, I'm taking a look to see.
Did not pull up. Hold on. Of course it didn't. For whatever reason, like, hold on. Let me use Google. For whatever reason, Chrome defaults to like Yahoo search. Like Yahoo Images is the worst. And it's Google. Why is it defaulting to that?
I don't know.
All right. So this is Old Testament. Does that phrase get you every time?
What? Not for a second.
Yeah, it's just gone immediately after I put it up there. All right, let me try again.
Yeah.
Let's try again here.
Keeps being and disappearing.
Yeah, so, no! Why did it vanish again? No! Stop it! No! I don't understand! All right, let me save it as an image and then add it manually.
Don't try this at home, people.
Why did it still go away?
We're professionals.
I don't understand what OBS is doing. Okay, hold on. I'll do this the old-fashioned way. You download this image. Pictures. Testament old.
Okay, looks like Greed from Full Metal Alchemist.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of funny. Trying to think, there's a couple other stories where greed or lust is the embodiment of that is shown as kind of an androgynous.
Right. Maybe it's because it's trying to save it as a WP or a WebP instead of a PNG or something. Why are you doing this to me? I just want to make this work. I just want to show Testament off on stream. There we go. There's Old Testament.
right, where? Hold on, see if it works. There we go.
Let me grab New Testament. Put them side by side.
That I would wear the bottom. I wouldn't wear the top though.
Right? Image. Testament. New. Oh wow,
And
that testament is huge for some reason.
oh wow. Well, that's very intimidating. And there it shrinks away. A little more feminine profile, yeah, on that one.
Yeah.
If
There's the two.
yeah.
But
Mm,
you know,
yeah.
I prefer the new design.
Well, yeah.
New
Me
design is
too.
great. But
I don't know. I think that's a. I think
I
that's
liked the old
a
one, but the new one's
silly
also
argument.
very good. I think like when you look at what's happened to like Soul Bad Guy, where he went from like, yeah, I'm just a guy with a headband to yeah, my chest is the size of the Smoky Mountains. I could crush a man by looking at him. It's like, yeah, Guilty Gear's supposed to be crazy, weird, exaggerated proportions, so it's fine.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, a bit. And look, I mean, be honest, you know, a lot of folks do, but I don't know. I think both designs make for a very interesting character.
yeah.
The second one reminds me of the DC comic character, the not the Enchantress. Oh shoot, she's a magician. She's a uh,
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Zatanna? Zatanna?
yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Golly, brain went blank. Yes.
So just to clarify, I'm gonna pull up a picture of Old Soul here that hopefully won't just vanish immediately. But if it does, it's gone. It's gone. You understand? Here's Old Soul Bad Guy, and he's gone.
Okay.
And then here's New Soul Bad Guy, and he's gone.
Yeah, that was nice for just a second there.
I also liked Old
Oh,
Soul
whoa!
Bad
I
Guy,
almost got that one.
but something about like huge chest and Soul Bad Guy is also really great to me. Like he used to be so skinny, and now he's just like, yeah, if I fell on you, you would stop breathing. But look, this is a series that has Jacko in it. Nobody's gonna have a better design than Jacko, and that's all I'm saying.
I will crush you with my picks.
Have you ever seen Jacko? I don't mean to just turn this into a Guilty Gear podcast, but
I don't know. Can you get it on the screen?
that's true. Dizzy is a part of Guilty Gear as well. But hold on, let me grab a Jacko here. For reasons, I have to be very careful about what image I grab. The internet also likes Jacko. That's all I'm saying.
I understand. All right, everybody's waiting.
Save images.
Here it comes. I'm gonna do a drum roll.
Jacko. Add image.
And here we go. Coming up. It's a lead.
There we go.
All right.
There's
There you
Jacko.
go.
That's her. I'm just saying, you know, Jacko.
She looks friendly.
Pretty great.
Yeah.
Pretty great. Also, sometimes she takes her mask off and has a lollipop underneath, and she's just super cute. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Yeah.
So on to our next Guilty Gear. Yeah, it's just Testament. I'm glad Testament's coming back. Testament looks cool. Want to see her without the mask? I will send you a picture, Dark.
Yeah, it's a what a silly argument. That's ridiculous.
All right, just for all of you, here's Jacko without the mask, and we're done with this. We're moving on from Guilty Gear.
Okay. Okay. We'll see. Here I am. We're watching as it can come up.
Working on it. It's gonna take me a second.
Yeah. All right. Let me wait right here while you get that situated.
Browse. I wish I could just drag them like no, that's the wrong one. Browse.
It might be the very right one.
True. It gets to stay up on the screen longer this way. Here we go.
Okay, well, that's the one with the mask.
There she is. Yeah, she's very cute.
So cute and friendly.
All right, we'll move on. You know. Also, her stories. The story of Guilty Gear is really good. Okay, I'm just saying. If you don't know, you need to know because it's very good.
I might let her win.
Right. Okay. There's also a character in Guilty Gear named Elfelt that just wants to get married, and so she'll just like run up to anybody. She doesn't care who they are, what they do, where they've been, if they're human or not. She'll just run up to anybody and go, "Hey, do you want to marry me?" And when they go no, then she just shoots them. We're great. Yeah, Elfelt. She's pretty great. So you know what else is great?
What is that, sir?
There's a new Witcher game coming.
Yeah, not much about this. Just a a snow-covered symbol, right?
Yeah,
Is that what?
They literally said, yeah, we're not talking about what it is, but it is a new game.
Wonder where they're going with this one.
Yeah, we'll see.
Are we taking bets on a prequel?
So they specifically said it will be something new. So I'm thinking maybe not a prequel, but I'm thinking either a side story or something like in the future. You know?
Well, I don't know. Yeah, maybe. I was wondering if they'd do something. I don't know. We'll have to say. Like I said, they got nothing on this. I can't even see the whole symbol. Is it the same?
Right. Yeah. This announcement is not even really an announcement. Also, as Dark has pointed out, maybe they should be fixing Cyberpunk the rest of the way first. I mean, just throw that out there, you know.
Yeah.
It just got another patch today, and I didn't even look at the patch notes because I was like, look, I don't care. It's not going to be enough. I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a different medallion. That's true. So we don't know who's it going to be about, but.
Oh, is it? I didn't see that. Okay. Oh, so is the new Witcher a female?
Could be.
Maybe then. Okay.
Series pretty great. Series pretty great. I really need to play more Witcher 3 because I still just haven't got through with it yet, or even like really got past that video I made. Elden Ring came out, man. Next up, we have the news, and unfortunately, this is not a very fun topic for the start of things here.
No, and actually, it's kind of surprising. It surprised me.
Gran Turismo 7 is not what was reviewed. Yeah. They updated it to be worse. And you may think I'm just talking about microtransactions. I'm not. There's other stuff to it too. I haven't looked up any of the Disney news, Dark, to be honest with you. It has been a very busy day for me. This stuff is all stuff that I grabbed over the last couple days. But Gran Turismo 7 reviewed pretty well because it was a pretty reasonable looking game. There wasn't a lot of microtransactions. The online wasn't really available when the reviewers were reviewing it, but for the most part, it seemed to be a pretty solid game. Then they did a patch shortly after release, less than a week after release, that added DRM, always on DRM, that broke the online and broke the ghost mode and messed with a bunch of performance. And then they added microtransactions.
Yeah. I don't understand this, man. This is a flagship game for Sony.
Yep.
I mean, you almost want to give this away free.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Much
more being forced to move to Florida, lose their jobs, and severance. Oh, yeah, I haven't looked into that at all. This is weird. So the way this game works, I'm going to sell you on how it works and then see if you can notice where they made some huge mistakes here. where you have to buy cars with currency in the game, right? And you can't buy that currency to be fair, right? You cannot do that.
Okay.
But cars cost close to what they cost in real life,
Yeah.
and you can buy the cars with real money.
Okay. Whew.
So
Yeah, we should work around that.
you can basically work on trying to unlock these cars, right?
Yeah.
Because you need the cars to be able to play. That's the whole point of the game. You can work on unlocking these cars by just running the races, right? Just run the races with the default car, and you can buy more cars. But what if I told you that as it stands right now, it is legitimately cheaper time-wise to work a part-time job for 7 hours to buy the car with real currency, because the conversion on the fastest levels is something to the effect of like 7.32 cents per hour worth of in-game currency.
And you know, Horizon, the Forza Horizon game,
Yeah.
driving game, did wonders for Xbox last year.
Yeah.
You know, it got all kinds of awards. People were loving it, and like I said, Gran Turismo. You know, this has always been on accuracy in driving. You know, and the cars being accurate to what they are. Like I said, it's a title. If a new if a new PlayStation is announced, it's one of the titles that you know is coming.
Yeah.
Okay, then a Gran Turismo is going to be out. You know,
Yeah.
and just to it's surprising this is coming. Really, that they're trying this route
Yep.
and basically chasing people off.
What if I
You know,
told you that's not all? So, because it was so tough to get cars unlocked this way, the subreddit, because there's always a subreddit, right, found levels that gave better rewards and were shorter laps. So you could beat those quickly to be able to get more money.
Yeah.
The devs nerfed that.
Why you would do that in real life? Hey,
Yep.
I can, you know, I can pick my races
Yep.
as I'm, you know.
Then the game was offline for over 24 hours and couldn't be played because the server was acting up, because it requires always online DRM. Then it's been found that they had promised before release that the campaign mode was going to have more stuff that was added to it, and it's not. The last two
No.
updates haven't added anything to the campaign. It just ends where it ends. You can't sell cars like you could in GT Sport to be able to get more money to be able to buy new cars. And so you kind of just have to, when you're even allowed to play the game you purchased, kind of just have to grind it out or spend money.
Yeah. No, that's ridiculous. I don't like. Obviously, MMOs don't count in this, but I don't like a game that makes me have to be online to play it.
Yeah.
Right. If you want my information that bad, if you want me to stay online, you know, that bad,
Right.
then you really need to be, you know, adding stuff into the game to keep me there.
Yeah. Or
You
there
know.
needs to be some kind of like offset for being offline. Gotcha games normally, when they have to go down for maintenance, will give you free pulls. MMOs will not charge you for that day on your subscription for the day that it's off.
Or get gifts.
Yeah, or you get gifts. Right.
Yeah.
This game just, it's nothing.
Makes
They
no sense.
also upped the amount of money it costs to buy a car in game in one of the patches. It's like, what are you doing, man? What is this game?
It's horrible.
Yeah. So it is. If you were thinking about getting GT7, maybe don't.
No, that sounds really awful. That is obviously a production company somewhere in there that is just so out of touch with the player base.
Yeah.
You know, Gran Turismo, is it's not a gotcha game. You know.
Yeah.
Don't run it like that.
And
that's just poor
as a
management. Very, very poor
reminder, because
management.
we're going to be talking about gotcha games again later, maybe really think about how hard you want to spend money on a gotcha game that may not even be here in a couple years.
Yeah.
So, next up, you might want to field this one, Rundgren, but there's a
Actually,
letter. Oh, go ahead.
well, no, yes, no. The letter from the producer for Lotro. Now, I'm gonna say his username wrong. Rania. I think is how it's spelled.
Yep.
Rania, possibly. Now
Right.
he has been a producer for he hasn't been there very long, a couple years at most. In fact, I remember when he came on because uh, of his his background, what he'd been through. Some people were really worried about him coming to this game,
Hmm.
and then then not long ago when they tried to revamp the currency system and everything, and basically turned into a pay to win.
Right.
Uh, the community complained about it, and they dropped it.
Right.
And he's found, I guess he's found a new way to go with it. And from some of the things I know, because the graphic update is coming, that's not mentioned in this, but
Right.
just I think was last month, with the premium wallet going free and a few other things, this really surprised me. And I believe the patch will be the 15th, April 15th.
Right. April 15th.
Let's see that. And man, so much stuff that was behind a paywall goes free. One of the biggest ones I'm excited about is the High Elf.
Right.
Uh, you'll be able to play the High Elf. Some of the classes, like the Warden, that previously you had to pay for or be a VIP.
Yeah.
And so this was something that was kind of um, they said there's going to be big changes, and obviously there is. If you have the article in front of you, I know as you're looking. I mean, you've made your account,
Right.
and kind of dabbled in it. That was a while back.
Right.
At just what now that you have these options, or will here in 3 weeks about.
Right.
Um, does it change anything for you looking at the game?
I think so because the Bjornings are now free too.
Yeah,
That was a thing I was looking at and was really excited to try out. And like, yeah, man, I try that out on the 15th.
yeah,
Probably gonna do that, you know?
yeah, yeah. I'm really excited about this. I know, uh, got a couple people that are preparing to play.
Right.
Yeah, trying to finish up some other stuff. So this is like a good reason. Like, hey, just wait. Yeah, here in about 3 more weeks, get on, and it's gonna be a little bit different.
Right.
It's just a lot of options because if there's three class, it's just a lot of options opening up.
For
Just what
sure.
they're giving away free now, and not only that, the content up to Helm's Deep is free now,
Right.
which that is a long ways.
It
That will
is.
take a that will take a long time to get there.
95 levels, huh?
Yeah, yeah. Um, all the way up to there free, and then you if you as a VIP, if you get there and you want to keep playing, then you can spend some money on it.
Right.
If you wanted to have to get all the way to the Black Gate and beyond.
Right.
The only thing is when they release a new expansion, people who pay for it get to go for it first, and I'm okay with that.
Right.
You know,
No, I
so
agree.
I'm very excited about this year. Like I said, I think the end of this year for Lotro is going to be capped off with the graphics update.
Right.
On the back side of it, on the business side of it, they've put some money into it. So,
Yeah.
uh, Enad Global 7, the company that owns it, uh, really has. And it's really weird. They also have the D&D Online, which is the 3.5
Right.
rule, not to be confused with Neverwinter, and that's got a tiny player base, loyal player base, but it's not very much, and they still support that. So it's
It's
kind of
good.
it's yeah, it's a pretty cool. I'm sure there's stuff in there because it is a global company. Uh, that's buying, that owns these games now. I'm sure there's stuff in there that I would probably disagree with. But as far as as Lord of the Rings Online and the small community or the small group of people, I think it's about 40 people keep this game going.
Right.
And
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
For 40 people. It's good to see still updates coming through for that.
yeah, that's really good. So I'm very excited about this. It's gonna, like I said, it opens up the game so much for beginner players.
Yeah.
And like I said, some of the stuff that's coming free, I bought, I put money into. I
Yeah.
don't expect it back.
Right.
It's been a while since that's been out. I got to play it. I've got to experience all that stuff. So it's good.
Yeah, I agree. I can obviously see where some people might be upset about it, but this seems like a good thing for everybody that's playing the game.
Yeah.
I need to step away for just a second. I'll be right back.
All right. There's a, which by the way, you can send me. I play on the Landreval server, so you can send me stuff through LOTRO on there, which begin them starting back up. Let's see. We really don't have much news left when he gets back on the show, but let me think. I could do that to get people to buy cars with real money. I'm sure it's well over 100 USD on that GT7. I bet it is. And it's different. It's different when I think about like EVE Online, and they had a battle that cost the players and everything, and once they totaled up the cost was $300-something thousand and everything, and that they knew, and it was it was okay, and it was one of the biggest, most exciting events for everybody that enjoyed that. But this Gran Turismo 7 thing, I just don't. Yeah, I don't get it at all.
It's pretty dumb.
All right.
Also, I'm back.
Right on, man. Good to have you back. Did you have to go through a special wall?
Well, yeah. Let's talk about this thing that kind of like just, man. Elden Ring's a weird game, right?
Mm-hmm.
It has a lot of cool hidden stuff, including hidden walls. I can't spell. But one of them took the world by storm. So there was a wall found in an area later in the game called the Volcano Manor, and that's all I'll say for spoilers. That when I reached that wall, I was sure it was a secret wall, right? Like a hidden wall. And I hit it and nothing happened. So with this game, you can either roll into the wall, or you can hit it with an attack, or you can jump into it. Anything that causes damage makes these walls break, right? And it's not a lot of damage, any damage at all.
Okay.
This one, nothing happened. So I was like, well, it must not be a hidden wall. It's weird, but it must not be a hidden wall. Well, about Friday of last week. A video was circulating online where someone had hit that wall 50 times, and after the 50th hit, the wall broke.
Interesting.
And they walked through, the gap was open, and this turned the internet on its head for a minute. Because you gotta understand, obviously these games have just sold better and better as times pass. Elden Ring has sold an incredible amount of copies, but a lot of people have played one of the very different mini games in the series, right? The question then was, are there more of these walls in this game or any of the other ones? Walls that we just needed to hit more.
Well, you said though when you came up to it, it stood out.
Yeah, it was a spot that I really thought would be a hidden wall there.
Right. So, I mean, it would. I would think it would be something like that.
So,
to where notice something's off here, but you haven't got the right. Whatever.
And there was some digging done on the back end. A couple of YouTubers that do a lot of out of bounds stuff figured it out. This wall has a health value of 9,999 for some reason, where the other ones just have 1. So it's not that it was 50 hits. It's that after 50 hits, he hit that threshold for the damage.
Okay.
The guess is that it was either put in incorrectly or it was never meant for you to be able to go through. And they just added that thinking nobody would ever try. But for a couple days, The
Yeah.
Elden Ring subreddit had like a squad of hundreds of people that were just going around the map hitting walls 50
Bet.
times.
Yes. I am
And
sure.
you could see, because in that game you can see the phantoms of other people that are playing online. You could see other people just hitting the same wall over and over again. It was like, yep.
That's great.
Well, you know,
Hey man, if there's a way, the gaming community will find it.
it is. And it,
I
it
mean, go ahead.
it just made me think a lot of the days when we were children and somebody would go, "Hey, but did you try pushing the truck in Pokemon, or did you try taking the seal of Lotto back to the castle before you went to go?" You know,
Or the no, the biggest one for me that when I like the granddaddy of them all is that wall, that doorway in Shadow of the Colossus.
yes, 100%.
That that I mean, that is a conspiracy theory thread
Yep.
on par with some of the greatest conspiracy theories of all time. And and that one's got a happy ending.
Yeah, it does.
Develop,
It does.
Developers took notice and did something about it. But yeah, that's kind of a it's kind of funny. I can just picture people going nuts
Oh
50
yeah.
times.
Well, and
Pi-
to Dark's comment, there are absolutely more trolls now that are putting deals saying illusory wall, but they were
Yeah,
always there. There was people
yeah.
like at originally I didn't think there were hidden walls in this game because every time I saw a message that said illusory wall and I would hit it, nothing would happen. And then I found out there were. So in there's actually two for Shadow of the Colossus, which is really interesting. One of them that unfortunately doesn't go anywhere, and one of them that has a really, really cool ending. The first one is the hunt for the secret Colossus that was
Yeah.
done. That was like 250 pages long on the thread on the old forums.
Yeah.
Of people being like, no, if you can just get enough stamina to climb on top of the temple to get into the secret garden, then you can fight the secret Colossus. It's like, well, no, actually, that's not true. But
No, that's not true. There.
there's another one for a wall that was like positive there was something behind there, a secret behind there, and that if you just kill enough lizards or find enough stuff in the map, or if you just stand in the
Oh
right
my
places,
gosh.
then you can
Yeah, the
open
right
that door.
places. Yeah, and there was it goes on to hidden messages in the
Yep.
map,
Yep.
hidden messages in the different colossi.
Yep.
It's really good, and it didn't lead anywhere
Right. In
in
the
the
original
original
game.
game.
Yeah.
It was just a design choice to put it there. But after all this hard work and all these years, the developers, when they put out a remastered version of it,
Yeah.
they did something with the wall
Yeah.
uh,
That's
to
very
make it
cool.
interesting.
It's very cool. I like things that like grab the zeitgeist of gamers of just like this cool thing. Let's figure it out. Sometimes
Yeah.
we can work together and it's really cool. That's all I'm saying.
Well, it's like when you watch or one of the things I get into every once in a while is watching speedrunners,
Yeah.
watching them like build off each other.
Right.
You know, like sending messages about hey, if I do this,
Yeah,
if
we
you
can
do this,
shave
you can skip
half a
this
second.
part. Yeah, and it's that kind of like when you mobilize the gaming community towards something productive. It's pretty amazing. Unfortunately, if anything you can mobilize to something productive, you can also mobilize it to something destructive.
Right. Every time.
Smash.
Yes. Absolutely. And speaking
Did
of
I say that out loud?
destructive,
Ugh.
Dragalia Lost is dying.
What?
I think I might have forgotten to tell you that I added this to the docket. I added
Yeah,
another
let me
thing
see it.
too. Sorry.
Okay.
I did get two news topics that I added today.
Okay.
Nintendo has announced that Dragalia Lost, the gacha game, will be discontinued.
No defense.
After the newest update that will be coming out soon, there will not be another update, and eventually the servers will be taken offline.
No defense.
So, exactly. If you are somebody that plays gacha games, you should be very careful what gacha game you put money into, because once it's taken offline, you don't get that money back.
Yep.
But,
It's the way it goes sometimes.
It is really funny though that this is the third gacha game to do a crossover of Persona 5, and all three of those gacha games are dead. Like Persona's the death knell. Look, if you get Joker in your game's done. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, it's unfortunate for the people that really liked playing it. You know, I wish these games would instead just stop updating instead of going offline, but I understand server costs. I just wish that people could still play the game they put money into, you know?
Yeah. It'll probably pop up 10 years from now
Yeah,
under some kind of, somebody will have it when that what it is just does not take up any room anymore,
right. For sure. And then this last bit of news that I have for you is also like good news.
Yay.
I guess maybe because of LOTRO's deal, their announcement,
Yeah.
or because of FF14's announcement, like sometime back, Guild Wars 2 is like, hey, here's our future, the future of Guild Wars 2. And big things to take from it, which, I mean, yeah, why not, right? Everybody should just give an update, I suppose. The big things to take from it are that the number of active players have doubled over the last 3 years.
Huh?
The newest expansion outsold the previous one.
That's good.
They'll be re-releasing Living World Season 1, which hasn't been playable for over a decade now. It'll be free for everybody.
Cool.
They reconfirmed the Steam release, and there'll be another expansion. And that's really about it.
That's good, though.
Yeah.
That's good. If we're getting money in, they can keep a community going. That's really good news, though, for any company when you're expansion. Hey, this expansion sold better than our last one.
Right.
It's normally not the way it goes.
Right.
With any game.
That is a very
many
good thing when it happens. And that's all the news we really have for tonight.
Okay.
At this point, we'll throw it over, as we normally do, to Rungren's Corner.
All right. Well, I'm going to say happy birthday to James T. Kirk, born this day in 2233.
Captain.
Yeah. Sure he's watching, so appreciate you watching, and happy birthday, buddy. All right. I had a question to ask you. Hold on. Have you ever heard of anything called a Saskatchewan screamer?
No, I feel like I should have.
Safe search on. Okay. It's a blizzard, so I'm gonna read this story about this one. There is two heroes in the story.
Okay.
Okay. The snowstorm left many people in chaos. Shannon Said-Ong was one of those unfortunate people who had very little time left to finish her errands as the snowstorm was approaching. She was a director of finance at First Nations University in Canada, and she had to drive into town to help a student who needed a check signed under emergency circumstances. She was coming to her home location in Pence and heading towards the city of Regina. As she was heading back home, the snowstorm hit sooner and much harder than expected.
Oh boy.
So she decided to take the dirt roads, as those apparently those are better to take in this than being out on the highway. But the wind picked up, and it actually became so bad she couldn't see.
Right.
She actually ended up becoming lost, crawling along these back roads. So she stopped her car and just had, was sitting there. Obviously, getting in a situation like this, your thoughts start running. Like,
Right.
do I have enough gas to keep the car warm to get through the, what if this, what if this, and she got to thinking about her kids at home and stuff. She ended up calling 911, and the operator told her to wait a little bit more. Snowstorm may settle down, and she took out her information and said that an officer would call her back. But she waited for the next 14 hours.
Oof.
Nobody called.
Man.
Yeah, at this point, she was losing hope. She did not know she couldn't. She didn't know if she could ensure her own safety through this much longer.
Right.
14 hours running a car that long. So this is what she did. She didn't know where she was, so she pinned her location on Google Maps and then posted it on Facebook.
Right.
And just asking if anyone knew where she was. And it turns out she was in front of a farm owned by, I'm going to say their name correctly, the Bouvier.
Okay.
probably BVA, who are community members actually knew. There were some people on Facebook who knew, and they reached out for help. So Mr. Bouvier, a retired rescuer, was busy doing some research studies on family genealogy at home, and he got the phone call, and he found out what the situation was. Some people got in touch with him, and he went out in this blizzard. His wife was very concerned.
Right.
He bundled up and he went out to help to find this location
Hmm.
to help this lady. He went out on foot to help rescue in the storm without the help of the vehicle. He could not get his tractor started. It was
Okay.
too cold for him to start his tractor. But while he was looking for this lady, he went to three other cars stranded in the blizzard, which carried six other people who were in just as bad shape as she was.
Wow.
So after he discovered them, he led all seven people, one by one, in their cars towards back to his house.
Right.
Um, they got there. They got welcomed in. They spent the night there. They got fed. Early the next day, the storm had cleared out, um, and they were able to leave and head out and
Good.
head to their destinations. But upon Saint Ong's safe return, she was very grateful. Obviously, she posted her account on Facebook, saying just how grateful she was just after on the craziest 14-hour ordeal, and how thankful she was. Apparently, she also got onto CBC News, which is Canadian broadcasting company. It's a government-owned broadcast company up there, news station. But that's the news of her rescue kind of got out through that. She gave the old man a big hug, and look, obviously, it's easy to see. Yes, he is a hero. By the way,
Right.
he's 80.
Wow.
Yeah, 80-year old, 80 years old.
Man.
Which yes, he is definitely a hero. But I also got to give a shout out to Miss Shannon St. Onge for just awareness, situational awareness, state of
For
mind.
sure.
That was a damn fine idea,
Right.
ma'am. You know, put it out. But yeah, that's kind of an intense story.
Yeah.
80-year-old man rescues seven people in extreme snowstorm. The like I said, 80-year-old farmer man. Going, I'll get him.
And he did.
He did. He went out, walked down the road. Yeah, it would. He ended up walking. It was a few miles. Walking, getting them back home. Yeah. Well,
That's
hey,
impressive.
it is, and sometimes even when a prison holding an ancient demon breaks, there's still good people in the world that'll go out of their way to help others. So
Right. That's right.
I
You
know,
had to
Dark
remind me.
Frostbite. Yeah.
You had to remind me about time I made no line.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't do that. Yeah.
Oh.
No. Yeah. Good on her for thinking that out because like 14 hours and it at 14 hours you really got to start making some considerations.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
know what's coming up, what you're gonna do, how much longer this is gonna last.
For
So
sure.
yeah, just on this farm ranch, she had to have signal. Yeah, it was quite an interesting story, I thought.
Yeah, that's pretty great. I'm glad you shared that one.
But that's what I got.
All right. Well, I know that we haven't been live that long, but it's been nearly 2 hours of fighting all this. Do you want to try and tackle a topic, or you want to go ahead and call it?
You know what? If I get burgers when we're done, so I say we'll go ahead and call it for the night.
Okay. I need to go make sure children are actually asleep, and I can hear that they're not.
Right.
But
They will. They may be when you step in that room.
yeah, when I step out this door frame, they will all the noise stop.
Oh,
But I know
yes,
they can hear me.
that's an amazing cell phone plan for sure.
Yeah.
Ooh,
All right.
I'll
Well,
do
do you
that.
have any plugs this week?
I really haven't had a chance to go look at anything. I got my music coming out. It's now on YouTube.
Yeah.
Come out every Sunday, a new song. Album be coming out April 24th.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'll still be putting up on that Sunday. It'll be a new song that won't be on the album. So I'll have all the songs for the album will be done the week before. Then the album comes out, and I'll be starting when I get an hours of music again. I'm gonna make another album and put it all up and put it on Spotify and everything. So after the 24th, you'll be able to find me just about anywhere you can stream music. So
Right. And that is Rungrid on YouTube as well.
yes,
Trying to get a link to the channel real quick.
if somebody misspelled Todd Rundgren, you might get him if you just do that. Go through that, and if you're watching on YouTube, you could help us out by giving us a subscribe and a like and a comment. The algorithm seems to like those things. And that'll help us out. Also, if you'd like to support us, and you're watching on Twitch, there's a link to the Patreon, where for $1 a month you can get into the Discord, where you get videos posted early, archived, and have some discussions back there.
There's a YouTube link.
Wow, thank you. You will be able to order a physical copy, and that would be like really really cool. It doesn't the song is kind of weird in this digital world because if I could do this CD, some of the songs are supposed to overlap, like the ends going into beginnings, and there's certain timing things there, but you can't really do that with the digital release. I have to put each song as a single file, so they're separated through there. But there will be a physical copy. You can order Rundgren's Strange Journey on like I said, starting on April 24th.
Nice. I gave a thumbs up, but you can't see it.
Hey, I got a new subscriber.
Yeah.
Not on my phone. Just told me.
For my plug, we have that Trails video coming up, and I also went back through while I had children. I went back through and edited every single ranking video to have the word tier list in the title, which is a stupid mistake that it didn't before. So, now all 51 of those have the word tier list in the title instead. So hey, there's a playlist on this channel for tier lists if you want to see my tier list videos. Please don't forget those exist because they do. But yeah, we got some good stuff coming up. We get the D&D podcast on Thursday, and content gonna keep coming.
Yes, and next week we're going to have to put up with him ranting about Elden Ring for a while. So y'all get ready for that. That was supposed to be this week. Didn't happen. We'll get to it. We'll get to it next week. Let him run and speak.
And double jump on my ghost horse. Well,
I think there's one that's not on there that I didn't mean to upload. That's not the final version of that song, but it's a good song. That's a really punky one. It's all right. But I will double check and make sure. I'll double check, make sure they get up that I'm caught up on both of them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't put the video up there. Yes, the song there. I can put that up if you'd like. I will. I'll put that one up over there.
Awesome. Well, until next time, I've been Trey.
I've been Rundgren.
We've been the Full Spectrum Podcast. Remember to always enjoy the full spectrum that life has to offer.